Hi, let's talk about a cool tool for game development. Hi, I'm Mike, and welcome to my channel where I like to talk about games and game design. And today, I wanted to share with you a tool that I just heard about, or just found out about, called Material Maker. It's an open source project made in Godot, actually, that is a material authoring tool. So it lets you make procedural materials. Now, this is a very cool concept and a cool thing to play around with. These things exist in tools like ZBrush and Surface Maker, I think is what it's called. Text on screen, correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, Material Maker is available online. You can go to materialmaker.org to find it. And the official release platform is through itch.io. Now, this video is going to be a little bit different than previous ones because I don't have a whole lot of experience or practice with this tool yet. So I want to do a bit of an experiment with this video, try a different format, see if I can make some content a little bit faster, so I have more time to actually work on my game as well. So my plan for this video is to follow kind of 3 steps while exploring the program. So first, number 1, I want to try and just poke around the program to see what the interface is all about. I have noticed that you can download materials from the website, so I'd like to try that and just poke around, see what's going on. And then number 3, I want to try and make some improvements to Mr. Bear from my Bear game. So that's the plan as it currently stands. We will cut from here straight to me playing around in the program. Hey, Future Mike here, just cutting in to say the video doesn't have a satisfying conclusion as such. I do a lot of work to try and get Mr. Bear looking better, but I don't quite get there. It's one of those cases of not knowing how much you don't know when you go into a project. So I definitely bit off a little bit more than I could chew. But I do think the rest of this video is valuable in showing some of the techniques that I'm using, I think will work with some tweaks in the future. And it's just a very cool tool that I wanted to show off a little bit more of what you can do with it. So enjoy the rest of the video. Sorry there's not a great conclusion. Yeah, let's head back to the point in time where I don't know what I'm doing. Welcome to Material Maker. This is as much of the program as I've seen so far. I've seen in the promotional material some other things that you can do with the program, so I'm excited to figure out how to get to that. In particular, I want to look at some of the pre-made textures, materials that you can take a look at as an example. But for now, why don't you join me as I try to figure out what the program is. I see down here in the corner, I assume this is a little mini map of sorts, so you can see where things are laid out. Cool. So this is all very straightforward. Looking at this, it does make me wish that I had more experience working with visual shaders. Just so I'd have a better idea of what things may be called or how even to get started with particular effects. Yeah, but this looks very promising. I'm quite happy to use this. A couple critiques and just the user interface stuff. It's a little hard to hit the anchors correctly all the time. The boxes seem to be just a little small. And I'm not sure what this line means currently. Let's see if I can find a good pre-made texture. Pop it open and see kind of how other people have made cool stuff. All right, let's start with something that I'll probably want to use for my Bear Friend game. I would like to improve the look of the cliff faces. And I was hoping to do a gray rock, so let's see what this looks like. Let's open it up. Oh, goodness. Well, that's maybe a little bit intimidating. Okay, and it seems that the audio for this part didn't record, so here is Future Mike again, just going to be talking over the footage here. I have imported my bear model, going to try to do a paint over of it, going to try and get some more realistic fur textures instead of just the flat colors that I have on the bear currently. I start here trying to mess around with the brushes, figure out how they work. I have previously exported the stylized fur material that I found on the Material Maker website. And my first attempt, I just start using the albedo to try and figure out how the painting works in this program. Once I'm happy with that, I decide to try to bring in all of the different layers that were exported. So I add all the PNGs for the depth, the normal map, the occlusion, and start painting that on Mr. Bear. All in all, It's fine. It's working as I expected it to, but it doesn't look particularly good, and I haven't had time to try and figure out what specifically was causing the issue. It looks a lot more spiky and less smooth than I wanted it to. Alright, so now I'm going to export what I've done here and try adding it to Godot to see how that looks. Now that we're in Godot, let's go to the bear scene, import the material that I just exported, and let's add it to Mr. Bear. And it looks pretty terrible. Yes, I know the colors are off, but that wasn't what I was worried about. The depth of it just looks wrong. To give it its full time in the sun, let's run the game, the sample anyway, and see how it looks. And it looks kind of just as bad as I expected it to. So let's get rid of it for now and pretend this never happened. Only it did, and I think the theory is sound, and I like the technique of it. Creating the material and then using that as a brush, I think would work in this instance. Just the material that I chose and the way that I applied it definitely didn't. So if anybody's got any suggestions for settings I can tweak or different materials to make, that would be greatly appreciated. But for now, that's all I got for you. So let's go back to Past Mike and roll the outro. And that was my first dive into Material Maker. I hope it went well. This is being recorded before I get a chance to dive into it, so you'll have to let me know in the comments below. Well, I'll be watching this back and I'll know how it goes, so maybe not. But what you can let me know in the comments below is kind of any tips or any things that I did wrong, or any resources that might help me out with any problems that I will have experienced so far in the video. So that's it for me for now. Go get the tool, play around with it. I think there's a lot of stuff that you can definitely do with it. If you've made it this far in the video, let me know how the experiment went, see if this style of video works for you. And while you're there, leave a like, that would be great, and consider subscribing. Yeah, that's it for me for now. Take care of yourselves out there. See you next time.